The world is full of insurmountable obstacles. Everest. The uncharted wilderness of Antarctica. The A40 at Oxford. But the daddy of them all is the Total Wipeout course, Buenos Aires, Argentina. 20 ordinary British folk, including an army officer, a pet shop manager and a police dog handler, will not only have to face, but also cross the ultimate obstacle course. 1 will be crowned champion, 19 won't be crowned anything. Let the games begin. As usual, 20 contestants are out to win a £10,000 prize and are also competing for the remaining 3 places in Total Wipeout, the final. Let's see what the course has in store for the contestants today. The Qualifier, warning, may contain big balls. The Sweeper, warning, avoid damaging exposure. The Dreadmill, warning, hard hat must be worn at all times. And finally, the Wipeout Zone. Warning, chances of winning can go down as well as up. Imagine for a moment that you are one of those contestants. Now think about who you'd really like standing by the side of the course offering you encouragement and sympathy. Keep going down the list. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There she is, Amanda Byram. Yeah, let's join her on the course with today's first contestant.
I'm joined now at the top of the course by a real-life Viking from the Shetland Islands. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Magnus. I'm from Lerwick in Shetland.
You must be totally hard and fearless, Magnus.
You could say that, yeah. I being from Shetland, it's part of your blood to be tough. You know how to be tough. You can do anything.
Oh yeah. Well, if his ancestors really did conquer vast swathes of the globe, this course should be a doddle. Good luck.
I'm the king of horse, the Viking! Woo!
The Viking invasion begins with a ridiculous run and a slither down the slope and, a blow to the chest. 36-year-old systems administrator is back on his way, though. Oh, yeah. Not only are Vikings making a comeback today, so are the Topple Towers. There they are, and not cleared them at all.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Well, it's not very Viking, is it? It's only a bit of mud. Please. Magnus has started, so he'll finish. Okay, even if he is a bit muddy. Onto the sucker punch now. Yeah, this would be easier, of course, if Magnus the Viking had got his axe through customs, but they wouldn't allow it.
He's hard,
Yes.
he's fearless,
Yes.
he's a Viking.
Yes, he's doing well, actually. I fear for the wall if it punches him. Here we go. Past the midway point. And in the mud. Right, the big red balls. Will this be the ultimate Viking conquest?
Come on, boss. Come on, boss.
Here he goes.
Yes! Oh, no. Yeah, it's just his heart's not in it. Not like it would be in, say, torching a Saxon village.
It's so hard.
Don't moan. Vikings do. Right, just a swing into the bubble bath, and if he makes it, the clock will stop.
Where are my kids?
Here he goes, here he goes. Oh, never mind. Yeah, probably for the best, really. Bubble baths don't really go with the whole Viking image, do they? So, despite missing his landing, Magnus the Viking has managed to sack and pillage his way around the course in 2 minutes 34. Not bad.
It's so hard.
I did a good job. I kept the Viking spirit up.
Joined now at the top of the qualifier by Eliza. So, Eliza, what have you been doing to prepare for the wrath of the qualifier?
Well, tactically, I think that for the sucker punch, I'm just going to hold on for dear life, man up and take it.
Now, what would you do if you won the money, Eliza?
Eat macaroni, cheese and trifle.
What? And has anybody ever said tactically on Total Wipeout before? Is that allowed? Do we allow tactics? Oh, 27-year-old Eliza does work for an ad agency. I've checked, none of her clients actually make macaroni or cheese, but that's what she's thinking of right now. Onto the Topple Towers. Here we go. Yes. Ooh, that's impressive. Hang on, this is an amazing run. She's just focusing on the dream, visualising 10 grand's worth of macaroni, cheese and custard. Right, the sucker punch. Can Eliza continue this impressive start? It has been good. Here we go. She's on. Okay, good start. She actually punched it back. That's nice. Oh, she's in. Oh, that was a proper hit. Yeah, you've got to be thick-skinned to be in advertising, but that thick. Okay, the big balls. Maybe she can do some blue sky thinking, advertising style. Running at the flagpole. She's still on. The second ball. Halfway. Hang on. We've only just started and she's on to the fourth ball. This is stacked. She might just do this. She might just make it. Steady, Eliza. Steady. She has. Astonishing. And she's across. All she has to do now is swing and land in the bubble bath to complete an incredible run. Yeah, ignore that. It was still incredible. Advertiser Eliza completes the qualifier in 2 minutes 38. But more importantly, she crossed the balls. I reckon we can sprinkle some hundreds and thousands on that trifle. Well done, Eliza. She joins the elite club of big ball crossers, a club that has just 6 members, no bar, and a very strict door policy. Time to induct advertiser Eliza into the Big Balls Wall of Fame. Still plenty more competitors to come by the end of the qualifier. Who else, if anyone, will have made it onto the Big Balls Wall of Fame? I bet you're excited. Maybe the next competitor can do it. Here's John, a mature student from Aberdeenshire.
I'm gonna cut this Total Wipeout course down to size!
What was that? Oh, I see. Zorro. Gotcha. Okay, Johnny Zorro is off. Oh. What's that noise he's making? What is that noise he's making? Johnny Zorro taking on the scourge of the Topple Towers, and it looks like the Topple Towers have defeated Johnny Zorro today. Sure, he'll be back to carve a Z in them after the security guards knock off tonight. Come on, Johnny. Right, to the big balls. Nobody can resist taunting them. Senor, what will your blood-curdling war cry be?
Cowabunga!
What? Cowabunga? No, that's... Oh! Yeah, schoolboy error. He's only gone and mixed up his Hispanic swordsman with his Ninja Turtles and, paid the price. Okay, Johnny Zorro must swing to safety, landing it beautifully and finishing with a time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Who's next? It's 43-year-old Ruth from Leicester. She's mum to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam. The Total Wipeout champion? Remember him? Quickly, we forget. Like any normal mum, Ruth enjoys reading novels, going out for dinner, and pumping iron. Okay, let's see if the gym work helps rippling Ruth on the big balls. She can maybe lift them. No, here we go. Oh! Well, she's been for the burn. Time to cool off. Yeah, the knot isn't supposed to be an obstacle, Ruth. That's just... yeah. Pumping iron clearly doesn't help with fiddly jobs. Or with swinging into bubble baths. Here it is. She's got the physique, but not the technique. Rippling Ruth finishes in 3 minutes 51. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam, be proud. Ruth, like so many other competitors today, struggled with one of the often underestimated obstacles. It's rubber, it's full of air, and it's not as easy as it looks. Yes, it's the least relaxing bubble bath on Earth. As something of a bubble bath aficionado, well, an armchair one, I've devised an easy-to-follow rating system, the Hammond scale, where a rating of 1 is sadly inadequate and 10 is perfection. So first, it's Charlotte from Worthing. She's a fitness instructor. How will she rate on the Hammond scale? Oh, yeah, good swing. Early dismount, messy entry. That's a 4 out of 10. But Charlotte's qualifier time is a respectable 2 minutes 44. Next, Carol from Manchester.
How do you rate your chances here today?
My chances are very high, 9 out of 10, I would say.
If I could remind you, Carol, the Hammond scale can only be scaled by a Hammond, and that's me. So get on with it. Swing, I'll do the scaling. Here we go. Oh, she's made it. Excellent. Confident swing and an impressive 180-degree turn to entry if you watch. 10 out of 10 on the Hammond scale, I'd say there. But Cocky Carol is docked a point for insolence. Her time is 2 minutes and 34. From Fishguard, Pembrokeshire, meet 23-year-old Jodie, an equine shop manager. I think that means like a horse shop. She's a lover of all things horsey.
Is there anything positive that you can tell me about your job and about horse riding that you can use here today on the qualifier?
Well, luckily, I quite enjoy my jumping, so it's great. I got access to jumps, so forget about the horse, just jumping myself.
Best of luck out there today.
Nice.
OK, now I've got a theory. Giggling Jodie clearly likes a laugh. Cockney rhyming slang for laugh is bubble bath. So is it coincidence or a sign? Yeah, it's coincidence, clearly. Yeah. That's a classic. 6 out of 10 on the Hammond scale. Giggling Jodie won't be giggling about her time, though. 4 minutes 14. Time for the first look at the leaderboard. And Johnny Zorro has carved up his opponents to find himself in top spot ahead of Cocky Carol and Magnus the Viking. Ball crossing advertiser Eliza is ahead of 4 out of 10 Charlotte and Rippling Ruth. And Giggling Jodie may need some cheering up down in 7th place. 7 competitors down, 13 to go.
So I'm joined now at the top of the qualifier by the lovely Emma, who says that she likes the simple things in life, like eating cake. Emma.
Got some backstage and I'm going to scoff some down, give me a quick sugar rush and help me surge through.
OK. Flexible stuff from the muffin lover. And Emma is off. Not stylish, but effective.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That sugar rush has quickly become a sugar splash. Where's she gone? There we are. Bit of a delay onto the pontoons, but she's in good spirits. Look. So am I. I just had an eclair by way of support for Emma. I'm on her side. OK, this is great. She's in a good mood. Too much sugar, though, it. Topple Towers now. Or the Battenberg blocks, as Emma calls them, possibly. No! Count them when she gets out.
Oh, mudbath. Ooh. She's very polite about falling off the top of the house.
On to the sucker punch now. Emma there. Chocolate coated? No, don't tell her that. She'll chew her leg off. Right, onto the wall. Oh, off the wall in the mud. That stuff is extra gloopy today.
Yummy, yummy chocolate.
No! Don't listen to Amanda, Emma. That stuff was toxic long before it spent a week baking in the Argentinian sun. No, seriously, Emma, you want to get out of there quick. No, you do. You can't have it. Come on. Come on. What's she looking for? As she approaches the big balls, 22-year-old Emma looks cream-crackered. And she's not a fan of them. I wonder what's going through her mind right now. That's got to help. Yeah. Come on then, Emma. Here we go. Oh, yes, it was brief. That was in its favour, I guess. From Emma's point of view, it was over quickly. Emma went on to finish the qualifier in 5 minutes, 35 seconds. This is Julian. He's a facilities manager from London. And his passion is Muay Thai boxing. This is Lisa. She's a marketing executive from County Tyrone. Her passion is Taekwondo. And this is Chris. He's a police dog handler from Swindon. His passion is Zen and the art of waving to his friends. Together they are 3 contestants who might do well. The great journey of life has led them to this place. Today on Total Wipeout, their destinies collide. And Chris is here as well, in those shorts and those shoes. He'll contribute something. 3 mighty warriors then, of varying mightiness, set off on their quest. OK, Chris almost flies across the Total Towers, but then crash lands right on his knee. Yeah, that will have hurt. Taekwondo's Lisa is coming up fast. One set of towers completed. Here we go. Oh, then it's bit of trouble on the second set. Mai Tai Jules leaps like a gazelle. He spent years discovering his inner self in the remote monasteries of China. Oh, Dad now has found his outer self in a big puddle of mud in Argentina. Reach deep inside, Julian. Not too deep. I think there's a shopping trolley down there. Can dog handler Chris tame the big balls? No, he can't. Not really. Taekwondo Lisa will do better. It is written that she shall. It is written wrong. Definitely. Mai Tai Jules seems very skilled in the art of stealth.
Come on, Julian. Slowly does it.
And the art of falling off foam blocks. That takes years to perfect. Oh, yeah. Those are Mai Tai moves he's actually doing there. Dog handler Chris looking forward to his bubble bath. And he lands it 1 minute 47. That is fast. A bedraggled Taekwondo Lisa now. Ooh, a perfect finish. In 2 minutes 56. Mai Tai Jules, meanwhile, perhaps regretting skipping ball crossing classes back in that Tibetan monastery. Only instinct can save him now. If only he had one of those wires they fight on in the films. Ooh, onto ball one. With the lightness of a butterfly. Hello, actually, this is looking good. Julian taking his time. And mine. And yours, come to think of it. It's not fast, but, well, he's onto the second ball. He's still on the second ball. I don't know what that was. Whoa! Come on! Yeah, on the big balls, no one can hear you scream. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Jules, if he can make the fourth ball, he's done it! He's nearly there! This will be the second competitor today. What have they all been eating? Yes!
Come on!
Yes, he's done it! Just the rope swing to finish now into the bubble bath. That's two competitors in one day. How does that happen? Yeah, let go now, Jules. Jules, you're covered in glory as well as mud. Savour the moment. You're ruining. This is. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Well, despite his monumental achievement on the balls, Mai Tai Jules has finished the qualifier in the slowest time yet, 5 minutes 55. Wow! Within minutes, 2 contestants have crossed the big balls. This is unprecedented. Although I do remember the same thing happening last series, so actually it's like completely precedented. But what it does mean is that Mai Tai Jules has won the right to have his picture hung on the Big Balls Wall of Fame. And there is the picture, well done. A reminder that I should be unveiling the entire Big Balls Wall of Fame in all its glory at the end of the qualifier.
So I'm joined now at the top of the course by British Army Officer James. British Army Officer James, tell me, what is it that you do?
I'm an army officer, and I'm in a cavalry regiment called the King's Royal Hussars, the KRH, which it's quite cool fun. The main perk being that we get to command 12 men, and they all operate in 3 tanks. I suppose that's the biggest perk. Every time.
Yeah, okay, this is getting uncomfortable for us all now. I'm not sure we want to be here. Yeah, all right, we've got it now. It was quite cool until he did all of that stuff. Yeah, he's just showing off now anyway. James, girls aren't impressed by all that kind of thing. They see straight to it, don't they?
Oh, James is going to be good. I just know it.
Oh, come on! Right, he's off. James, a 25-year-old army officer, is away, and if anyone can conquer the Total Wipeout qualifier, surely it'll be the British Army. Whoa, this is looking good. On to the second set now. And that is impressive. On to the sucker punch. I thought it might have hidden. Looking solid. Oh, he's in! It even makes running through the mud look good. This is just ridiculous. Right, can James be the third to cross the big balls? Well, he gave it a pretty good shot. A swim now to the ladder. These photos were taken from Amanda's camera phone. Had to take it off her. So his giant leaps almost carried him home all the way, but then he came a cropper on the third ball. So nearly made it. Just the final obstacle to go. Amanda's lost the power of speech entirely. Yes! Amanda's favourite just misses the bubble bath. I'm sure a certain special someone will happily run one for him later. Yes, all right. James from the King's Royal Hussars has galloped home in a frighteningly quick 1 minute 22. Ooh, the King will be pleased.
James, I might just be in love with you.
I've always loved you.
This is really awkward for everybody now. Right, Amanda's favourite has not only captured Amanda's heart, but also first place on today's leaderboard. His time of 1 minute 22 is the quickest of the series so far. Magnus the Viking and Cocky Carroll are neck and neck in joint fourth, while Rippling Ruth has managed to muscle her way into 9th place. And finally, Emma has beaten Mai Tai Jules, who despite crossing the balls, is languishing in last place. Next to face the qualifier is Joe, an 18-year-old A-level student from Yorkshire who claims to be above average.
What makes you not so average, Joe?
Well, I do plenty of things. I wash pots at a retired vicar's home. Very musical, play the piano. I do lots of web design. I ski, I snowboard. I've got a summer job down at the beach renting out deck chairs. I do lots of juggling things.
All right, above average in many varied ways then, but how is he with foam-based obstacles and mud? Above average Joe sets off onto the pontoons, making his way to the topple towers now. This is far too quick for me to attempt even to make a joke, he's just getting on with it. What? Well, that's the best I've ever seen the topple towers done. Stunning work from above average Joe. Maybe he really is making good progress across the sucker punch now as well. Don't tell me he's going to clear this.
He is good.
No, this is getting silly. Onto the big balls. He hasn't got any mud on his tiny frame. Look at him. 1 ball, 2, 3. Oh!
That so could have been genius.
Yeah, but it wasn't. And to be honest, neither's the swimming. What's that? In the end, above average Joe posts a nowhere near average time of 1 minute 48, nipping at the heels of Amanda's favourite. This is Lucy from Kidderminster. She's a clinical physiologist who reads brain activity for a living. So, using the very latest technology, let's see how people's brains react to the Total Wipeout course. When Lucy experiences pain, you'll hear this sound. For despair, this noise. When Lucy feels fear, it's that noise. And for joy, brilliant, it works. This should be fun. Right, let's begin the experiment. Excellent. Joy for Lucy as she floats across the first set of topple towers, quickly turning to despair as she gets her foot stuck in the mud. Oh dear. No brain activity at all now, just squelching. Oh, the foghorn of fear as she realises what's next. More fear. Conclusive proof that Lucy is of sound mind. Bit of pain registering there at the same time as the fear. It's a new sensation I shall call fame. Or fear. Oh! Into the mud. Right, the big balls now. How will Lucy's brain respond? Oh no, it's gone into overload. It was too much. Yeah, the brain goes on to complete the qualifier in 3 minutes 15, but sadly, the brainometer has been decommissioned.
Joy now at the top of the course by Donovan. So Donovan, can I call you like Don or Donny or something?
Well, my friends actually call me Smooth.
Ooh, Mr. Smooth.
Yeah, Smooth, yeah. That's why I'm, smooth voice, smooth personality, smooth guy all around. Alright, this is going out to Barack Obama, this is going out to my gangsters in the hood, to everyone at Gospel Oak Primary School, it's going out to my friends, to my family.
Yeah, none of my friends ever called me Smooth. My nickname was... no, not now. Right, this is Victoria, an A-level student from Devon who's been trying to perfect a steely glare to take on the Total Wipeout course.
Oh, how'd you do serious? Like...
No, I think you're confusing serious with constipated there.
Great things come in small packages! My smell is dynamite and I can blow this course apart!
I don't think she's shouting. She's trying to connect to the internet or send a fax. Right, Serious Victoria is off. A lot of squeaking. This is going to be a noisy one. She's a screamer. Okay, well, she might be doing a plain impression, but she's rocketing towards the topple towers. Good pace so far. Small steps, I noticed. Whoa, making light work of those.
Wow. It was like walking on water.
Victoria thrashed the topple towers. Can she do the same to the big balls? She's a surprise, this one. She's made it onto ball 1. On to ball 2. I've heard this music before. It's a good sign. Come on, Victoria. On to ball 3. This could be another historic moment. This is ball 4. Leap, Victoria, leap. Go on. She's done it! 3 ball hoppers in one show, and I wouldn't have foreseen any of them. Trouble with the Velcro there, but it's looking good. Oh, it's looking bad.
Oh me, oh my.
After a less than impressive finish, Serious Victoria still has a more than impressive time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So, what a day it has been so far. 3 competitors have crossed the seemingly impassable big red balls in the same show. First advertiser Eliza, then Mai Tai Jules, and now Serious Victoria. There is only one accolade to bestow on Victoria. Let's hope no one else does it, or we're going to need a new wall. Victoria's picture will be going on the Big Balls Wall of Fame. Don't forget the grand unveiling is coming up later. Yeah, it's exciting. OK, 5 contestants to go on the qualifier. So it's now time to... Hang on. I haven't seen how Donovan got on. Can I go back to Donovan? What's that signal supposed to mean? What is that, a yes? As you may remember, we left him thanking everybody from his mum to the baggage handlers at Luton Airport. Let's see how he's doing.
Everybody, everyone in the hood, my gangsters, shout out to everybody, yeah? I love you all. Just keep your eyes on me, okay? Enough.
Oh, yeah. This is Dave from Liverpool. He's 27. This is Bryony from Cardiff. She's 22. And this is Kevin from Essex. He's 46. What do they all have in common? Any idea? Nothing? Oh, I've just remembered, yeah. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. I'll just tell you then. They're all professional sportsmen and sportswomen. Dave belongs to the British bobsleigh team, and he's used to falling down hills at nearly 100 miles an hour, so this should be good.
Watch out, because I'm the fastest thing on 2 feet. Go!
Yeah, fastest thing on 2 feet, you say, Dave. Oh, no, you're actually on not your feet.
I'm Kev, I'm fast, I'm old. Participation's the only part. Come on!
That's my favourite shout-out ever. I'm fat, I'm old. How does ex-Millwall footballer Kevin stack up against a bobsleigh champion? Anyone still taking bets on a bobsleigh bloke? Yeah. Bryony belongs to the British pole vaulting team, so let's join her at the sucker punch. Oh, you punched a pole vaulter! Yeah, I think there's a pun in that song. Don't know who chose that. As you can tell by all the mud, Downhill Dave did brilliantly on the sucker punch. Remember, this man falls for a living, so don't hold your breath. No, he probably should. I hope he has, in fact. You're hardly the quickest thing on 2 feet, but Downhill Dave does go on to finish the course in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. The human pole vault goes for a big finish. Here we go. And she makes it, but not the right way up, I thought. Did she go in head first? Well, despite being smacked in the face, falling foul of the big balls and performing a dramatic entry into the bubble bath, she still manages a very respectable 1 minute 41. Now back to ex-professional footballer Kevin. Come on, you Lions! That's what the fans call Millwall FC. Somebody told me. Come on then. Get on with it.
Red Bull's your boy!
I wouldn't boast about it. Oh, that really didn't last long, did it? A good attempt. Unfortunately, a breathless Kevin was unable to complete the course.
I don't know what you're saying.
Everyone in the hood, my gangsters, shout out to
Oh, good, it's Donovan again.
Just keep your eyes on me, okay? Enough love and respect. How's that?
Could you run it by me again? He has not built himself up. This had better be good. We'll join him on the sucker punch. Here we go. Apparently, on Donovan's plan to defeat the sucker punch is to avoid being punched. Tactics? Oh dear, no. Might need a bit of work on that. Honestly, didn't make any plans for getting out of the mud. Shame. Right, On and On Donovan does have a plan with the big balls, apparently. Says he's going to bypass the first one and just jump straight onto the second. I'm not making this up, that's what he says. I can't wait to see it. Here we go, come on, Don. Yes! Oh, come on, go with the plan. Well, why make a plan if you're not going to carry it out? A swim now to the ladder before the swing and a bubble bath. Yeah. Still feeling smooth? Oh, yeah. He chose this music. It's his favourite. He'll deny it, but it is. Despite swallowing half the water around the big balls, On and On Donovan completes the course in a pretty good 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Meet Carlos, today's final competitor. He's keen, he's fit, and he's from Bristol.
Carlos, how you doing?
I'm all right, my love. How are you?
I'm all right too. Very good. Well, listen, how are you going to tackle the qualifier today?
With speed and force. I'm the shortest lad here, and I think I've got to use that to my advantage.
Fastest thing to leave Bristol used to be the Concorde, but now you've met me. Come on!
It's just a surprise every time he speaks, every time he opens his mouth. I don't expect that. Speedy start then from Concorde Carlos. Ooh, flies across the topple towers. They'll need to keep this up if he wants to make it into the top 12, though. He needs a good time. Carlos likes to travel. Which route will he take across the big balls? I wonder. Yeah. Oh! The scenic and wet one. That was quite a leap. Concorde Carlos may not be as fast as the plane, but he flies pretty much as high. It messed up the landing a bit there, though. Oh, not gone well. Just a bubble bath to go, and it'll all be over for Carlos. Oh, neat! A textbook landing then to complete the qualifier and a sand barrier breaking 1 minute 36. Here comes the final leaderboard. Amanda's favourite has fought valiantly to win both the qualifier and Amanda's heart with the fastest time of the series. Dog handler Chris beats above average Joe by 1 second, with On and On Donovan squeezing into 6th place. The first of today's ball beaters to go through is Serious Victoria, followed by Johnny Zorro and Downhill Dave. And finally, Magnus the Viking has pillaged his way into 10th place along with the last of the ballsome threesome advertiser Elisa. In a moment, I will unveil the Big Balls Wall of Fame. But before that, here's a fitting tribute in honour of those 8 competitors who fell in the name of all things funny. Here's to what I lovingly call the Big Fat Losers.
First they say they want you. Love on the rocks, it ain't no big surprise. Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you my lies. Yesterday's gone, now all I want is a smile.
So, after 2 series and 320 competitors, only 9 have managed to cross the big red balls. It's time to honour them now. It gives me great pleasure to officially open the Big Balls Wall of Fame. The best money could buy, they said. Lighting made of neon, they said. Let's just move on to the sweeper. All 12 competitors must avoid being thrashed by a ruddy great red stick and stay on their podiums. The last 6 to stay high and dry go through to the Dreadmill. What could be a more fitting finale to the series than returning to where it all began, the classic sweeper? For those who haven't seen the show before, why not? I've got 3 words for you: BBC, I and player. Time for a reminder of which 12 are still competing for the £10,000 prize. On podium 1 is advertiser Eliza.
Guys,
I normally like to be swept off my feet, but now it's your turn.
On podiums 2, 3 and 4 are Cocky Carol, Downhill Dave and On Donovan.
It's going out to Barack Obama, to my friends, to my family, to my gangsters in the hood, to my gangsters in the ghetto. Can I do it? Yes, I can.
On teaching assistant, that's probably a Bob the Builder reference, I think. On podium 5 is Amanda's favourite, James.
Guys, I'm above all of you, literally. You've got no chance.
On podiums 6 and 7 are the human pole vault Bryony and Concord Carlos.
I may have been second in the qualifier, but this podium's holding the last man standing.
On 8 and 9 are Serious Victoria, doing a serious face, and Johnny Zorro.
James, you're going to be experiencing a different sort of tank than usual, a water tank, very soon.
He looks cross. On 10 and 11 are Magnus the Viking and above average Joe.
Donovan, you better don your life jacket, because you're going down.
And on podium 12 is dog handler Chris.
This dog handler's going to take the sweeper by the lead.
It's time for a sweeping adventure. Yep, it's the sweeper. Are you all ready?
Yeah!
Hearing a few no's, but I'm going to go ahead and say let's do it anyway. 3, 2, 1.
So it's the return of the classic oh, hang on. Eliza's down already, followed immediately by Cocky Carol and Downhill Dave. Well, that's an amazing start to today's sweeper. We've lost 3 already. She crossed the balls, but Eliza's dreams of macaroni, cheese and trifle have just vanished.
It came towards me and it totally wiped me out.
Eliza's wipeout distracts the 2 contestants behind her. So Cocky Carol goes in, and then Downhill Dave, keeping things neat, uses exactly the same point of entry into the water.
It's different than bobsleigh, and I think it's on a different level. I'm not in my comfort zone here. In a bobsleigh, I'm in my comfort zone. I'm quite happy.
Thanks, Dave. Now watch closely. Johnny Zorro also falls in on the first sweep.
It's very wobbly, and the soft bit at the top of the podium, it's really hard to get that balance back once it starts going.
Touché, Zorro. So, 4 gone. The next 2 to fall are out of the game. Remember, only 6 contestants can go through to the Dreadmill. Donovan counting to see how many are left, or maybe how many people he'll thank if he wins. Great performance from the remaining contenders. Still in the game, Donovan, James, Bryony, Carlos, Victoria, Magnus, Joe and Chris. They shouldn't get too comfortable up there. Not only is the sweeper getting faster with every revolution, it's also getting higher. Which might not be a problem for 6'5" James, but could be an issue for Serious Victoria, who's just 5'2". She might be able to duck under the sweeper soon. Yeah, they might be here for some time. Luckily for me, I've brought my Sudoku book.
It's getting faster!
Look at the speed of it! The next one to get hit will be on the way back to England, not on a plane, just through sheer momentum. Oh! Victoria falls, and Magnus the Viking. When I say Victoria falls, I don't mean, you know, the falls.
I want to cry.
Magnus the Viking also fell and got his face pillaged by the podium, so he's out too.
To be the 7th one, to not get in the top 6, got it.
So, here are the final 6, now playing for Whoa! Donovan, James, Bryony and Carlos as well, in one sweep. That's absolutely staggering. On Donovan is carried by the sweeper into James. And then Bryony looks like she doesn't care because she knows she's through. Concord Carlos then may be confused because he kind of forgets to jump. That is, well, that's sweeper gold. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Then there were 2, dog handler Chris and above average Joe, fighting for the honour of being the last man standing. Both of them remember through to the Dreadmill. This is just about pride. So who goes next? That's Chris. He's down. Congratulations then to Joe, who holds on to his above average title, as well as becoming the last man standing. So, the 6 remaining contestants must now face the most feared thing in the whole of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. No, it's not spiders, or monsters, or the recession, or climate change. Well, you could make a claim for climate change, but it's not Oh, dear, I've opened a can of worms here. No, it's not worms either. You know what? I should have just said it's the Dreadmill. I've kind of lost the impact now. A reminder as to how today's Dreadmill works. It's the door jam, where 6 contestants will be paired off into 3 head-to-head heats. The first through all the doors and past the finish line will win the heat and qualify for the Wipeout Zone. The losers of each heat will more than likely experience a free swim in the pool of despair down there. So let's have a reminder of the lucky 6 Dreadmillers.
I wash pots at a retired vicar's home.
First of all, he's not your average Joe. It's above average Joe. Sit, heel, jump, fall in the water. Good boy. It's dog handler Chris. Pole vaulting's her life. It's the human pole vault, Bryony.
I'm right, my love, how are you?
Supersonic Bristolian, it's Concord Carlos.
I love you all.
He hasn't stopped talking since... Well, I don't think he's ever stopped talking. It's on and on Donovan.
Can I do it? Yes, I can.
Amanda, shut!
I fancy him to do well, and Amanda just fancies him. It's Amanda's favourite, James. So, who will be facing who in the heats? Well, this week they tried a different approach to selecting the Dreadmill fixtures, using a supercomputer that Eduardo's nephew found in a skip. If I'm completely honest, I think it was a microwave. So they just went with the picking names out of a hat thing. The first battle is between Concord Carlos and above-average Joe.
I'm pretty pleased that I've got him more so than anyone. However, he has been a dark horse throughout the game.
With a bit of luck, not so average Joe can pull out another not so average performance, and yeah, he can do his business against Carlos and come out on top.
3, 2, 1.
When he said do his business against Carlos then, yeah. Now, it may be a gentle stroll at the start, but once the klaxon goes, all hell will break loose as they pelt through the doors. Here we go and try to reach the end. They are off. The first door... No, try not to fall! That's Joe, an early bath, and he's out. Carlos is down too, but that doesn't matter because he's already won. And he knows it.
What happened?
Just lost my footing when I was opening the door.
Oh,
Came on.
it was as easy as that.
One battle down, 2 to go. The next draw sees dog handler Chris versus on and on Donovan.
I want it more than Donovan, but I want it like Rocky in the Eye of the Tiger, getting into the last fight, and Mickey tells him to get up and go again. That's me. I'll do it. I need to do it now.
I've got Chris, and in the words of Barack Obama, can I do it? Yes, I can.
Yeah, Donovan definitely needs some new pattern.
3, 2, 1.
Well, only one can go through. Donovan's shown he's certainly got the stamina, or when it comes to talking, but will his physical fitness see him defeat Chris? They're waiting for the klaxon, aren't we all? And there it goes, time to find out. Both of them are away quickly through the first door. That's the one above average Joe couldn't get through. Donovan and Chris, though, pushing on through door 2. This is very close. Sprinting for their lives, just one door remaining. Oh no! Chris is over, dragged down, he's out. He's out. That was so close until Chris's fall. What a competition.
That has got to be the closest Dreadmill I think I've ever seen. You were this close away from Donovan. What happened?
I think I stumbled at the start. I pulled the door the wrong way. And I think the twos were just so competitive, and it was going to be hard. Somebody had to win. Best man did, in fair play.
How quickly things can change. Right, one more to go. Human pole vault Bryony versus Amanda's favourite.
I hope I make James look like a lumbering old man. I hope he falls over. I hope he's a bit overconfident and falls on his face.
If I do lose to a girl, then friends and soldiers alike at home will destroy me with banter and abuse.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Amanda's going to be jealous of all the one-on-one time she's getting with him. Clearly, though, James is a chivalrous gent, but he won't want to stop to let a lady through the doors first on this occasion. And remember, Bryony was 3rd in the qualifier. So which one will progress to the Wipeout Zone? Here we go, the race is on. Both push on through the first door. Bryony's down! And straight into the pool of despair. That was over so quickly. James is through, carrying on regardless. He's just showing off. She's already impressed, mate. There's no need.
I would say it was close, but he really got ahead of you, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't even get under the first gate.
I know. well, it was going to be one way or the other because he's so tall and you're so much smaller than him. Either you were just going to battle ahead, but he really, really was stronger than you, wasn't he?
Yeah, fair play to him, he did really well.
So today's 3 finalists are Concord Carlos, On and On Donovan, and Amanda's favourite James. Here's how these finalists made it this far.
To have made it to the Wipeout Zone feels surreal. I've been to university before and I thought that was scary. But coming here and doing this course, whoa, that's scary.
I think the Wipeout Zone is a more than worthy obstacle for me. I can almost guarantee that I'm going to come off at one point.
I'm feeling relatively scared. The course itself looks very punishing. My competitors are both taller, very fast individuals.
I would definitely have to say that Carlos has slipped under the radar. He's never really spoken about getting this far.
Donovan, he's been an unsteady legend. He's always so nervous before everything he does, yet he always pulls out the bag when the moment comes and puts in an amazing performance.
I think if Donovan hits the water tonight, that's going to be his downfall. He's going to panic.
The Posh Boy's definitely done good. He's done himself and the army a credit. They've trained him well.
Tonight, I do feel under pressure because I'm against 2 fairly lean, mean, proven athletes.
I want that 10 grand, so I'm going to blitz this course as fast as I can.
I have got the self-belief to be Total Wipeout champion tonight. As long as my competitors take that one wrong step, that's it, that's my game.
To win tonight, I think, would be absolutely amazing. Purely because there's £10,000 at stake, and to have got this far, I think it would be a huge shame not to win it.
So, the final Wipeout Zone, and I'm expecting a big finish. It's that classic age-old battle of soldier versus chatterbox versus Bristolian. One of them will be taking home £10,000, but before they do, they'll have to face this. So, here are the ultimate obstacles facing the contestants in the Wipeout Zone. Killer Surf, one big headache. The Barrel Run, shin ache. The Bars, arm ache. The Spinner, stomach ache. The Brusher, almost certain heartache. And finally the Launch Pads, everything ache. At that point, the clock stops. Quickest time will win the 10 grand. Now, before the finalists begin their quest, the BBC asked me if I'd go over to Argentina to report from the Wipeout Zone in person. I said, or instead, how about you send me to a 7-star hotel in Dubai for a week? Then they said, or how about a trip to the job centre? Anyway, long story short, here are my do's and don'ts for the Wipeout Zone. Yep, just completed the Wipeout Zone. 54 seconds. Smashed it, a new record that will never be broken. So the Wipeout Zone is deserted. I'm all alone. Well, except for cameraman, soundman, camera assistant, small gallery over there with a producer in it, and a man in a suit we think might be from the BBC. So, all alone then for my do's and don'ts for success in the Wipeout Zone. Don't think, oh, trampolines, I love trampolines. Do check that your life insurance is up to date and covers you for pretty much anything. Don't mistake the barrels for a harmless knockabout video game. Do look before you leap. Don't keep getting our trophy wet. We've lost the rust-proofing guarantee. So those are my do's and don'ts for success in the Wipeout Zone. What am I going to do now I'm here? That'll keep me occupied. So, the three finalists are Amanda's favourite James, Concord Carlos, and On Donovan. The stage is set. Let the battle commence. Amanda.
This is it. The climax, the crescendo, the bit at the end. It's the Wipeout Zone. And up at the start line is Carlos.
Okay, will Concord Carlos go supersonic or just end up obsolete?
Let's get ready to rock and roll! Come on!
You can, we'll watch. And we're away. It is an extremely competitive field today, so Carlos is going to need to get off to a quick start. He's making the swim to the barrel run. And here come the barrels. And Carlos is making... Oh, he stumbled already! Oh, he's forcing his way past them. Starting to look a bit more confident. Well done, Carlos. Good recovery. Now onto the monkey bars. Slippery, of course. Carlos, though, not one to be put off now. He really has taken the bit between his teeth. This is a quick time. He is sailing through so far. The spinner next. First he's got to get on. He's done that. Now the dismount. This is where it gets tricky. So many have fallen here. He's off. He's up. That was one of the smoothest mistakes I've ever seen. Right, the brusher. This really can be heartache for so many competitors, and there you go. There is yet another one brushed off. Carlos just gets caught by one of its giant bristles. That is his only slip-up so far, though. Still a good time. Safely onto launch pad number 1. Weighing up the second now. If he makes this, he will have set a very good benchmark time. He's on. Just one more leap to the finish. Steady, steady. And a lovely jump. Carlos completes the Wipeout Zone with just one mistake. So down to Amanda.
Well done, you, Carlos. That was unbelievable.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
That was excellent.
Yeah?
Absolutely excellent. Knackered, excited. Can't explain how I'm feeling right now. That is unbelievable.
All right, Carlos, I can tell you right now that your time tonight was 1 minute and 47 seconds.
I'm pleased with that.
The next contestant up tonight is Donovan. Let's watch.
This is for my friends, for my family. Auga!
You're not going to name them all this time. OK, got things on. Right, Donovan needs to beat Carlos's 1 minute 47 to be in with a chance. That's a strong swim. Straight away, maybe he's going to do it.
Come on!
Onto this beam. This is pre-greased. It's incredibly slippery. And then onto the barrel run itself. Donovan doesn't just talk the talk. He is making the barrels look very easy. How does that feel, having set that time to watch On Donovan leaping away like this? Onto the bars. The next obstacle between him and a possible £10,000 paycheck. And he's run through that. Not a problem.
Come on, David!
Now onto the spinner. Carlos was very quick on. Donovan does need to get a move on it, but it's getting off this that's tricky. Wasting time though. Plus the longer he's there, the dizzier he'll get. Ready or not, he's got to go for the jump this time to stay in the game. He's gone for it. Oh, he stayed on. That was a good landing. I'd be nervous if I was Carlos now watching this. The brusher, if he makes this.
Come on!
Donovan picking his moment. Picks the moment. Oh, it's the wrong moment! Oh, just like Carlos then. The brusher has dispatched Donovan into the waters below. That could cost him it. Doesn't look like he'll beat Carlos's time now. The launch pad's now, he jumps. Oh! That was shot! He'll never get back up from the... He has. Right, one launch pad to go. You can see he's tired now. He's feeling it. Definitely one for the dramatic pause on Donovan. He's on to the second one! Oh, no! That's gotta hurt. He jumped but then just kept on going. Second attempt. First launch pad. On to the second one, no mistakes this time round. Some encouragement from Carlos. One more jump and on Donovan's ordeal is over. He doesn't yet know his or Carlos's time, remember. Great sportsmanship from Concord Carlos, and Donovan is finished. Over to Amanda.
Donovan, I'm sorry you weren't smooth enough tonight because Carlos has been quicker than you, so you're going to have to go join the rest of the gang. Sorry, mate.
Sorry. Well done, Carlos.
Look out, here comes the cavalry.
Time to ride.
And Amanda's favourite is in the water. Remember, James set a new qualifier record and comfortably won his Dreadmill heat. But now he faces beating Carlos's amazing time. This is quite a challenge ahead of him. Straight onto the barrel run. James's 6'5" frame clearly an advantage here, as in bars and just about everywhere else. I've no doubt it is. Actually, that height could be a hindrance on the monkey bars. There's a lot of James to haul across, but now he's doing it easily. Easily onto the spinner. Well, James is just dispatching this. Gets himself set, makes the transfer safely. Right, it's got the brusher. It's taken 2 so far, now it's 3. Clean sweep for the brusher this week. James loses his footing and is down. Carlos's chances of winning have just improved. The launch pads now for James. 1, 2. He did 1 and 2 in one go. That is mission complete for Amanda's favourite. What an amazing run. James has smashed the Wipeout Zone in a record-breaking time. Time for Amanda to crown today's champion.
You were pretty incredible out there tonight, but I've also got to tell you that Carlos was unbelievable. Carlos, your time was super speedy. And on any other night, it would have been fast enough, but Carlos, it's not fast enough tonight because, James, you are the Total Wipeout champion!
It's like you've been awesome. I'll play myself. Let's go.
What a record-breaking show. 3 successful ball crossings, and today's champion, James Scott, recorded the fastest qualifier time of this series and the fastest time ever for the Wipeout Zone. So that's it, the end of the quest. But now things get serious, because this week's finalists have booked the last places in what will be the ultimate battle between man and padded foe. Yes, the wait is over. 8 champions. And those they vanquished in the Wipeout Zone. It's going to be a clash of the titans. The ultimate competition for the ultimate accolade. The crowning of the supreme Total Wipeout champion. So book yourself a ringside seat. Amanda and I will see you next time for Total Wipeout, the final. Goodbye.